Hello, friends. Come one, come all. Okay, there we go. They finally caught sight of us because we'd prefer not to have to walk any further in than necessary. Though maybe walking to the stairs might have been prudent. Half decent idea. I'm okay with standing in, I think, right? Oh no, I have fire vulnerability, right, because of my ring of ice. Never mind, that could have ended up poorly, but all good, I guess. There are many more bog buddies to come, at least it seems so, and seems to continue to be so. So I'm not quite ready to switch off the ring yet. Let's head to our stairs to heal up, and rinse and repeat. This is our life now. This is what we do here. Since slightly more powerful magic than necessary in regards to these drakes, probably. But whatever gets the job done is fantastic. Let's let you on fire. And again, rinse, rinse, repeat. This is the strat. It's working out so far. Oh geez, Shambling Mangrove. Immediately start initiating panic mode as things change here, but we should be able to take you two out. We could shoot off a fireball. How much of this end vault do we think we've cleared? What do you think? Regardless, Shambling Mangrove has got to go. Perfect. Then Bog Body. Probably has to be that there next. As for the Hornets, bit of a pain in the rear, but should be able to take you out. 33 health. Mind Burst isn't going to do it in one shot, so no. Can I paralyze you? Eh, that's half decent odds. Let's try that out. In fact, we'll go one more, shall we? Perfect. Never a doubt in my mind. Then we just kill the Bog Body. Wow, even with sneak attack stabs, that's as good as we get, huh? Huh. Wild stuff. Oh, am I also doing the Railbird run? We are indeed. This is our second attempt at it. Last week we started off and it didn't go incredible. We unfortunately lost our character in Snake 3 to a variety of cascading horrifying events, but going pretty well so far in our second attempt this week, so I'm glad about that. How's it treated me so far? I guess, yeah, pretty much what we were just saying, and it was pure undiluted misery for you. Which part of it didn't you like, Night Settler? Was it the Fire Elementalist background? I would assume not. Maybe the Sif Muna side of things, since I don't think that's in your usual selection. Yeah, the Sif part. I can definitely respect that. I do enjoy Sif Muna just because back when I first started playing, it was my go-to. But I've definitely had them fall out of favor lately for me in favor of things like Gozag, which is absolutely incredible. And yeah, and Vehement as well, for sure. And also, yeah, thank you Shaper so much for gifting us sub here to Night Settler. I appreciate that a whole lot. So thank you. Yeah, you went Vehement and you would have won if not for the fact Crystal Tomes were nuts. No, Vehement is definitely pretty solid if just for the magic back on kills. It's kind of like the wizard version of McLeod, and I do enjoy that playstyle a whole lot. Plus just getting guaranteed destructive spells a little bit earlier can be quite nice. The one thing I will say about Sif Muna is not only do I definitely have some appreciation for the abilities, Divine Exegesis is really fun, even if it's not ideal in many circumstances. But on top of that, I've always been a big fan of the idea that you can have access to every single spell in the game by the time you're finishing your run. Because it's nice to be able to dip in wherever you'd like and try things out. So yeah, well, I think I'd probably agree with you there that in general, or in terms of just pure playability and power, Vehement I would probably find something stronger than Sif Muna. There's something about the flavor that I appreciate a whole lot. But in general, that's why I like occasionally challenging myself to try out specific combos instead of just kind of whatever would normally float my boat or that I'd go for, because I definitely have my favorites that are, hey, more likely to get me through successfully, through runs successfully, that is. But if that's all I cared about, then I'd probably end up just going, yeah, go Zeg every single time for me. Because no matter what type of character I'm playing, go Zeg saves lives. Greed is good. So there are definitely a few DDs that I haven't had enough experience with. I need to try out the new Ash and Zari a few more times to see if it was just fluke chance how well it went the first time, or if there's something more to it. New Ash is just overpowered or something to that extent. Wait, did I... Is there a deafening roar, I believe, that was just heard? Don't know who all is coming our direction. Maybe we'll take a few steps back, though. Try and get these buddies to line up. Fortunately, they're not lining up nicely, so we can deal with them in a more individual fashion, I guess. And yeah, Shaper, you had a long run of Goseg wins. I can definitely see that. Again, by far my favorite PD in terms of success rate. And the Ash rework, or is Ash rework in 0.27? It is indeed, and I agree. It is crazy strong. Especially on Knolls, which is where I tried it out for the first time. So much fun. The fact that you can have like level 9 spells castable on a Knoll and a 3 rune, absolutely wild. But yeah, it already got nerfed in Trunk, but it's gonna get way more nerfed probably. Did they just lower the returns slightly, like make the numbers slightly smaller, or did they actually rework anything? I guess with just a straightforward nerf, it's probably just the numbers that were changed, right? Which is still fine with me. I just mostly like the idea of the rework. I think it's a whole lot of fun to try and plan out your run around. Also, Hydra, I was dealing with you in a very stupid way. Let's just run away a bit until we can at least light you on fire. Perfect. Run away. Shaper, you don't know, you think Ash has a lot of drawbacks that get ignored by players who are strong enough to ignore them related to curses. That's true. No, there definitely are some, and especially depending on which kind of gear you get. Like if you're in a situation where you can't curse a bunch of your slots because you're having to hot swap all the time, just back and forth in order to get even the most basic of resistances. But barring that, you're just so much more powerful that it seems pretty incredible. So you don't get full ID until 1 pip of piety is one of the nerfs. Okay, so slightly worse off, but that's still not too bad. Generally, I'll get up to that stage before it's necessary to have all my scrolls. I mean, if you've watched me at all, you know how long I usually stall and hold off on identifying my scrolls, even in a normal run. So probably not much of a surprise that that wouldn't be all that different from my own strategies here. Definitely interesting. Yeah, maybe the drawbacks are negligible to you because you don't like inventory juggling and Ash doesn't let you do it anyway. Just saving you from yourself, saving you from the tedium of life. I can definitely appreciate that. Okay, fire magic up to 16. Ignition is still going to be a little bit of a ways off. What I think I'm going to do is hold off on Snake for just a wee bit here. I want either statue form or ignition up. Probably should have statue form up, now that I think about it. In fact, maybe I should start training to have that a little bit more of a focus here. You can start Earth Magic back up here, bring it up to 10. One of those or both are going to end up needing to go slightly higher if I had to guess. Again, we don't have a very high intelligence score, so it's not like we're making up for a lot in that department. Oh, Ring of Wizardry, though. Kind of forgot about you. We'll see how statue form is looking in just a wee bit here. And instead, let's head to our Orc Mines. See how it goes. And yeah, right, you think it just grooves with some people and that's great. You think Ash is strong, but also not your favorite pick and kind of tedious way to play at times. Nice, yeah, I like that, with the entire, what's the word I'm looking for? Series of choices with deities, I guess is the other way to say it. There's always going to be other options for you, especially if you have some preferences in who you want to play. and I guess styles of play, I think is what my brain was trying to go for at first. New styles of play to try and play into and work around. Anyway, that thought got interrupted so many times by what was going on. Oh dear Lord. And yeah, now you're talking about Null of Ash. Your Friday character was a Null of Ash and it was ridiculously strong for all the game. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite combos to mix up. I find it super fun. And am I gonna be watching Ninth Settler play Tiles for the first time tomorrow night? How's that happening tomorrow? Definitely if I can. Yeah, I've been seeing that was gonna be on the 8th for a while here. So at least hopping in here and there to take a peek. I think that's super fun. But yeah, I hope it goes well for you. Do you have any specific plans for the runs, Ninth Settler? Or are you gonna be playing it by ear and seeing whatever you feel like as the night goes on? Okie dokie. Gonna use Irradiate a little bit here to take on some of the stronger warriors right away. Then, as soon as people... Oh no, I misclicked. I was about to say, as soon as people line up, you gotta take the opportunity to just blast them. Whoops, I accidentally shot it off at just a single orc who's just hanging out, just chilling. But hey, that's okay. We'll get it figured. It's going to be an experience. Your viewers voted, so it's either Hill Orc Fire Elementalist or Baraki Air Elementalist. I think the A is Baraki. That's a species that I haven't had too much personal experience in. Still a tie, dang. But that should be really fun. For the Hill Orc, are you going with a BO run? Or are you going to try and mix it up a bit and do something a bit more Fire Elementalist themed? Because I know that there are a whole lot of BO fans in chat usually here, but don't know if I've asked you specifically about the your own opinions on the matter. You think you'd force Axe and not go BO? Okay, cool, nice. Because the last time you went Hill Orc, you did go that direction. Yeah, it definitely is a bit of a tedious playstyle for the most part, always managing your employees, getting your little putties safe and sound. It went well, but you don't want to repeat it, at least not so soon. Yeah, I can definitely appreciate that and agree with you there. But okie dokie, I think I'm going to buy both these ID scrolls. Why the heck not? Let's get a few more things under wraps here. In fact, let's just get the rest of our scrolls figured out. We now have haste potions, both are types of healing potions, so those are pretty solid gets. Fire Elementalist is strong with axes. The gameplay style for Fire Elementalist thrives in open spaces. No, definitely, and I mean, how can you not go axes on a Hill Orc? That aptitude is absolutely fantastic. All your fighting aptitudes, really, so... I find that the strategy on Hill Orc is tab into getting owned by a priest into going BO to not die into winning. Just the usual, the classic song and dance, the same old routine that we're all so familiar with. That's fantastic. Okay, let's just get out of there for the last one. We still don't have willpower, so I am slightly hesitant, slightly leery, making our way through the second floor of Orcish Mines here. It's not necessarily fantastic, but we can play it slow, play it safe, and see what we come across to see whether that is a fear that's even worth having whatsoever here. Regardless, I keep saying Hill Orc now because we've been reading it so much, but generally, the Orcish Mines are a nice amount of experience, which is why I was happy to come down here and take a quick peek. For Maurice here, high evasion, swift. You stealing stuff from me will be annoying, but not the end of the world. Oh, going invisible is going to be a bit of a pain, though. Let's just blast you. You're still not next to us, so I'm going to go for one more blast and see how that goes. Hey, okay. Do you manage to take out Maurice? Perfect. Quickly gather up our magic points once more here, as everybody comes drawn to the noise of our exploding ball of fire, of course. That is a-okay. And there we have it. We can even just pop up here for the time being, explore another slightly safer floor. Ideally one not completely overrun with... Yes, I will fire in my Foxfire's direction. So sorry, Foxfire, but I mean, you kind of deserved it, for being honest. Ooh, and confuse. So even a basic Orc Wizard is going to be a bit of a pain in the rear for us. Good to know. Let us just blast you and deal with an Orc Priest, I think. Even bringing in some Foxfire, or some Firefox as we accidentally called it earlier in the session today. We know that Foxfire doesn't do a great job against the trolls, so we probably will want to whip out one of our heavier hitting entities for that. Perfect. A regular old orc. Can probably die to our dagger. Ooh, an orc knight. Hello, friend. Here's what we're gonna do. Dip down. Heal up. Dip up. Absolutely blast you. Let's take you downstairs. Oops, I keep trying to go up instead of down. Dumb brain. Working at its finest right now. And then we'll head up for the final warrior there. Perfect. Nice amount of gold, nice amount of experience. Oh, we are marked. Should have been paying slightly more attention there. I did see our noise flare up to purple, which is a bit of a rare occasion when you're just wandering around, unless you come across an alarm trap, as it were. What spell is Chrome or Internet Explorer? So Internet Explorer would have to be something that nobody ever really uses to cast, except maybe as an extension to just get to a better spell. Like you use your Internet Explorer metaphor just in order to cast your Chrome, much like so many of us only use Internet Explorer to quickly download a different one. As for Chrome, I mean, it has a little bit of Cyclone imagery in the icon, right? I don't know if I can think of anything off the bat here that has the color scheme. Blue, yellow, and red in a cyclonic nature. Do something chaotic. I think I'd have to go more metaphorical. I'm thinking too literally with it right now. Gotta come up with something that is imbued with the essence of Chrome. Firefox is just so much easier than the rest, is it not? Right on the nose. And hey, it's a Railbird run. It is indeed, Tie Guy. Welcome to our Railbird run. Going fairly well so far. Feeling confident, probably overconfident even, if we're being honest with ourselves here. Ooh, let's bring our first Orc Priest, or High Priest rather, on a little bit of a merry jaunt. Light you on fire, you absolute fool. And should be able to take on this crowd with just the classic Firefox here. If I say it too much, I'm gonna actually just forget what the real spell is called and constantly call it Firefox instead. So be ready for that someday in the future here. It's inevitable, really. And we'll continue to work our way through Orc here as everybody starts stumbling in one by one. An Orc Knight is actually slightly trickier. So I think we will maybe play it slightly safe, take care of this priest alone. Just need enough magic at our disposal in order to blast that son of a gun. If they do come into our sight range here, even you are a bit of a pain in the rear. So let's just light you on fire instead. Perfect. Let's see where that knight went, shall we? Probably right behind us, ready to sneak up right as we're trying to escape from a horrifying situation. Would be fitting at the very least, but let's see, are you in range? You are indeed. Oh, there are two of you. Well, sirs. Okay, in that case, let's bring you down. We'll go to our original stairwell up this time, just in case we have to retreat from this fight a bit more permanently. Head upstairs. This is the right one, right? Yes, there's a way to get out of here if we need to. Perfect. Now they're next to us. We just irradiate. And again. Okay, that's brilliant. That's much better than what we were doing before. I can dig that. Do let us let you walk up here so we can get some bonus damage on both of y'all with some nice piercing attacks. Again, trying to give Bolt of Magma the send-off it deserves as it's being removed so soon here. After how well Irradiate went, I almost should do that instead of Magma Bolt, but I guess it both work. Kind of nice to have the distance, right? Feels slightly safer at the very least. And again, if you want to file in one at a time, friends, I would very much appreciate that. Thank you so much. Form an orderly queue. Make sure if you're a high priest that you step right next to me. Perfect, perfect. Thank you, sir. So nice. All these orcs, so kind. Follow instructions very well. No wonder Bio loves them so much. And bada boom, bada bing. Perfect. We must be dealing some kind of dent in the overall makeup of the enemies awaiting us at the end of this, right? We gotta be. Well, let's pop around a corner. Even pop one down here. I think I can hit both of you. I can indeed. Perfect. Magma isn't bad, but that range 4 hurts more than you remember. It definitely does, especially since I don't have it like completely locked away in my muscle memory here, so I keep trying to cast it over and over again when we're not in range like an idiot. Oh, all those dang earth spells and their gosh darn rangs. Range is definitely the word I was going for there. I mean, I so often pronounce things wrong anyway. Maybe I should have just owned it anyhow. Taiga, it took you a year before you peeked at the code and realized, huh, Orc just has gold and no floor items. Right? Yeah. I don't know if I ever fully internalized it, but it definitely makes sense when you say it. That there's only gold lying around, and that it's just the items from all the orcs you kill that occasionally will be able to be finagled into the future of your run. But no, with all the gold that you find on the floor around Orcish Mines, there's a reason why I love coming down here with Gozag. Because when you pair off the gold that's dropping off each and every one of your kills with the gold that's lying around, it's absolutely beautiful. Well, let's pop around the corner. Excuse me, sir. I do not want what you're selling here. Perfect. And so it goes. This has been a pretty long Orc 2, all things considered. Definitely had a trail of enemies. Just constantly and consistently dripping through the gap here. Hopefully, we're just about through the thick of it, though. It's gotta be, right? I really am excited to see what the shops have in store for us. Always love to see whatever we can get added to our oeuvre of tools here. Definitely light you on fire. The High Priest means that I'm bailing hard. Bail. But that's fine. We can just chase these buddies back to our stairwell, our favorite stairs here. And let's see. Probably a half decent idea to try and kill one of these buddies, right? It would be nice. Fireballs, maybe? Oh, we couldn't even get the High Priest if we're fortunate, which looks like we're not gonna be. Cool. Very cool. There we go. Do take out the High Priest in the end. Probably should stick around until we can kill you, right? Oh, especially if you're gonna random energy towards us like that. Couldn't ask for a better setup. Thank you so much, my orc friends. Make me look good. Light you on fire, light you on fire. And now we've got to be just about through it, right? Gotta be. I lied. Things keep getting worse. Definitely need to take care of this High Priest as soon as we can. worth anything and everything that we throw at them. In my books here. Oh, that was the last spell we could cast, so we were kind of hinging everything on that being successful. It's not like the priest could stop us from running away, so as long as we have the health, it's not a huge deal, of course. But it's something. It still maybe matters. Never know. Light you on fire. Perfect. Let's take another look at our skills. It looks like they're not going up too fast. It just shows that this entire second floor here has been a bit of a trial of patience rather than one of sheer amounts of enemies or anything to that extent. That's fine. Irradiate and Sticky Flame combo should deal with you fairly well. We'll maybe switch off to a Magma Bolt at the end just for style points. One more time. Let's go exploring. Maybe, just maybe. Okay, more Orc Priests or High Priests. That's fine as long as they want to come out one by one. Don't mind whatsoever. Glad to help out wherever I can in testing their defenses, as it were. We've got to be getting those. I'm just going to keep repeating myself until it does in fact become true. Manifest our own destiny. Hey, there we go. Okay, let's see what kind of things we have in our shops here. Magic Mapping Scroll we might end up buying in the future. Might be a decent get. Curing, I guess might as well go on the list. Not a whole lot from that first general store though. 3 Scrolls of Identify for 168. Might be nice to have a few more potions identified, right? Sounds half decent to me. And then, File Floods is the other thing that's definitely catching my interest. So we'll mark both of those, keep it moving. And spells. Checking if Compendium of Toxic Creation by any chance had OTR, but it does have Spellforge Servitor, and that alone might make it worth a buy in the future. Getting through the later part of the run here, it's nice to have something that can make nice, good, efficient use of our magic pool. And it doesn't look like there's too much else of interest here, so we'll probably be moving on with just that. Last but not least, +6 Broadaxe of Electrocution. That's a pretty nice weapon. Electrocution brand stays pretty relevant and consistent until even the later parts of the game, of course. Broadaxe is the best type of axe. At least base axe, I should say, maybe. Put some qualifiers and caveats in there. Oh, way too long since I stretched. My neck cracks that much. On a basic side to side. Definitely means I've been holding myself super tight, super tense, not wanting to miss a single dang thing. But okay, let's buy File Floods and the ID Scrolls. I'm gonna read the ID Scrolls right off the gosh darn floor. Identify some things here. Cancellation Potions, a nice batch of them, that's actually pretty sweet. You can also drop degen in favor of the File of Floods, perfect. And then do I want to buy the Magic Mapping while we're here? Spellbook's a bit disappointing. Indeed they were. I mean, at the end of the day, we're pretty solid with where we are at now, and Sivmoon is only going to keep giving us more and more. But as soon as we have Statue Form and Ignition online, I think we'll be good, and potentially Firestorm is somewhere in our future there. We'll have to see how that works out. It would be so nice to have a smite target like that, but we will see where she goes. Manifold Assault might still be on the list here in our future as well, if just so that we can have some non-elemental damage to dish out against large crowds. But okie dokie. Let's head to the final little branch of Orc here. Oh, I did leave a priest just hanging out around the area. Whoops. My bad, my bad. Oh, many friends. Let's try and get through to blow you up. Fortunately, Bolt of Magma is piercing. Perfect. Never a doubt in my mind. And let's see how the final section goes, shall we? Light you on fire. Probably tap through the rest. No, I gotta be cautious with that because I don't want to get overzealous in my my tab in here. We're not quite on a character that can get away with it. I also didn't do a Control F period in order to just double check, make sure we're not missing out on anything that was just lying on the floor waiting to be picked up. It does not look to be the case. But pretty thoroughly ransacked as far as I can see there. And perfect, there's our orc. Managed to get a little bit of experience down, still not quite as much as we'd like. A ways to go on that statue form and ignition combo, of course, but it's on its way. Do I want to start training up anywhere else? Somewhere like shields, switching up to a kite shield. Tempting. Maybe I'll keep just tunnel visioning into ignite. Ignition is just so fun, you know? And I think we'll be okay in the meantime. Statue form, let's give one last check for it, even though I know we just did 32%. It's getting to the point where we could pick this up and just have it as a very much optional toggle that is likely to fail, but we know we can just take a few attempts at to get that extra AC for the foreseeable future. Maybe. We'd have to forget a spell. So, maybe instead I'm just going to train a little bit of spell casting, bring it up a wee bit in the background here, and let us go. What should we leave on the later dungeon floors? Did I just get scared upon coming across the Cyclops? Is that what happened? It's only a few hours back, but it feels like an eternity ago. Let's go D13. Then we can at least take a peek down for free here. Not that stairwell, I guess. One that we've explored. Ah, right, double wizard. So still very much equally likely to get banished like we did the first time. And we were just barely lucky enough to survive that banishment. We found no willpower this whole run, hey? That's wild. Absolutely wild. Well, in that case, Snake is also going to be slightly dangerous. Am I going to have to just grit my teeth and make it through this entire thing without any willpower the entire time? Because that's begging to get petrified and murdered on Zot 5. I've been there before. It's not pretty. It's not very nice. Here's what I'll maybe do instead. Head to a new stairwell. How far am I from the wizards? Not very, is the answer. Not very far at all. Light you on fire. Light you on fire like we do. Nope. Get out of there as soon as we see a wizard. Is there one more unexplored stair? I think there's one more unexplored stair. Let's see where you let out. Ah, that's actually much better. I don't know how much I want to trust the auto-explore, because it is likely to bring us right back to the feet of the very wizards that we were retreating from. If you want to get rid of those bots, blacklist the word big follows. That is a fantastic idea. I've gotten so used to just ignoring them and deleting them manually myself, but that makes so much sense to just blacklist one of the words that they use every single time, right? So thank you for helping me out there, Ned Settler. A bit more straightforward than I was giving it credit for, even though knowing my history of trying to work with my auto moderator, I'm sure I'll mess it up somewhere along the road here and it'll take a couple tries to get it right. Still need to get it to properly stop blocking links, because I was mentioning earlier in the stream here that so often, or really every time that somebody has posted links in my chat so far, at the very least, it has just been someone being exceptionally helpful and being a wonderful chatter here. So probably try and fix that up slightly in the future here, so it's not deleting people's messages for no reason whatsoever. They're just being a good old Samaritan. But that is a, fantastic piece of info. No problem from you. Perfect. Well, thanks again. Can't say it enough. Save me some trouble in the future, even though in some ways it keeps me actively looking over at chat, making sure that I'm not missing anything, and that's good in its own right, bots aside. Okay, let's take all of our new vault friends to this stairwell. Maybe deal with them a few at a time. I don't even know. This could have been a great sort of distortion, and I was just missing out on it. So that would have been embarrassing to get abyssed after all the care and trouble we've taken to prevent said thing from happening. Okie dokie. Let's do this a couple more times here. We should be feeling all right. Sitting pretty. Perfect. It should be the majority of you, right, friends? Indeed, it does seem to be the case. Start walking once more here. Kind of forgot that we even learned IMB. It was so important right as we learned it, and then immediately fell off and has never been necessary again. Even though, now that I even think about it for a moment, we will be going down to Snake. And IMB is definitely worth its weight in gold down in Snake. If just to prevent constrictors from completely barring your way from safety and ruining your entire life. But we'll keep exploring, again being slightly careful here, trying to avoid our wizard friends that have a 50% shot at just ruining our entire run here. Let's see. Wizard friends, we're down there. Where else did we see one of them recently? More recently than that? No, it might have been at both those upstairs. Knowing my luck, they've probably managed to move around a little bit and are no longer in a predictable location whatsoever. Can maybe deal enough damage to kill them before banishment comes in, but that's playing with fire, and we have definitely been burned before. So, let us head back up for a moment. Let me finalize my thoughts, bring it all together as to what we want to do here. Maybe head back to Snake, try at least the first couple floors, being extra cautious of 3 and 4, just in case it's filled to the brim with guardian serpents. Or we can try and shove our way through these wizards and risk it all for just a couple more floors of the dungeon worth of experience. And as for me here, I think I'm leaning towards the Snake side of things. We're close to being able to deal with the end of Lair as well. Lair 6, the main issue is just the sheer amount of enemies. Let's do it. Head over to Snake. Indeed, see if it gets some revenge for Frank. Those snakes, they will pay. If it's the last thing we do in life, we will make them pay. We unfortunately don't have statue form on this character, which was something that Frank had going into Snake, of course. But we should be okay. Here, maybe this is what we'll do. We'll switch off what's focused here. Focus, Earth, and Transmutation, trying to get those up a little bit quicker. Spellcasting and Fire can be on the back burner for now. And let's start exploring. I'm very scared, especially since now I actually have to look at everyone to make sure that my lack of willpower isn't going to get me teleported into another realm. Ah, hello friend. Definitely light you on fire. Bolt magma a couple times, almost does the trick. Perfect. First Anaconda goes down without too much trouble. It's definitely a monster that always freaks me out a little bit, just because their constriction is so gosh darn powerful.